Well, hello, cancer support community. This is Maria Ojascastro, and I am looking over my winter garden right now. It is 20 degrees. It's cold, and I'm already thinking about my garden. Well, if you're thinking that I'm a little crazy, I'm not. Just because it is cold doesn't mean there's not things to do in our garden. So I'm going to start with bringing you over to one of my favorite quotes. So this is a garden decoration. It says, to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. And boy, do I believe in that. So there's a couple of things you can do right now. I have put together some raised beds, and I'm making winter mulch. In there, there's a layer of cardboard, then there's a layer of a few logs, and then a layer of sticks, and then some leaves, and then I've been putting my kitchen compost in there. Kitchen scraps, any kind of lettuce, things that cut off the ends of carrots that cut off, any vegetables, coffee grounds, tea leaves that have been used, no meat. And then by time spring comes, this will be beautiful compost for my raised beds. Oh, and by the way, isn't this cute? This is my mini chicken coop. It's actually a chicken trailer. And I'm going to use, my chickens are going to help me weed this garden. I just moved into this house in the end of last September, and the garden area needs a lot of love, and my chickens are going to help me. But that's another video. But before we go inside and I show you what we are actually going to do today, something that all you can do, I want to show you what else is really cute. I'm turning my tool shed into a big chicken coop. So that door is, I found that in my hayloft. I have a barn that I turn into my art studio. And I needed a door for my tool shed. Oops, handyman put on wire, so I can't open it right now. So anyway, I needed a door for my chicken coop, and we found that in the top part of my barn. So I'm going to my barn, which is my art studio now. Oh, by the way, also got a barrel to collect rainwater, and my garden will be watered by the rain barrel. Okay, so now we're going into my studio, and we're going to make something together to help us get over this cold weather and look towards springtime. There we go. So, anyone have a old terracotta pot? We're gonna paint it. So when it is warmer, we'll have a nice flower pot to plant our seeds and flowers. Okay? My hands are really cold. It is cold outside, and it's not very warm inside here yet. But so all you need is a terracotta pot. I pulled this out of my yard. At one point I painted it white, and I like how some of it rubbed off. If you don't have leftover terracotta pots in your garden, you can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's, online, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, your local hardware store, and start with a brand new clean one. there's no reason you can't use a used one. So if you want it to be perfect, you're going to want to wash and dry your pot. Get dirt off of it. See how much dirt's on mine? You know what? I'm not going to wash it all off because I like this aged look. And if some of my paint peels off naturally, I like that kind of crusty, cruddy look. Then we need acrylic paint. Whatever acrylic paint you have, I have some nice acrylic paint. Don't use tempera paint. Tempera means temporary. So any acrylic paint. I'm going to bring over my Studio Mate. Bought a lot of really inexpensive paint from Joann's. You can just use really inexpensive acrylic paint, craft paint. Doesn't have to be artist paint. Okay, and a few different brushes. You stand up again. So, some brushes, a palette. If you don't have a palette, you can use what I have. This is a plastic container from some ice cream that I had. So this is also a really good palette. Tupperware, some water, and a rag or paper towels. Okay, so right now you can be just as creative as you want, or if you need some ideas, you can paint along with me. Okay, so I think I might be finished. I'm going to let it dry and then decide whether or not I'm finished. If you want to put a protective coating on it, if you have Mod Podge, you can coat it with that. If you have varnish or polyurethane, either spray or liquid, coat it when it's dry. We are using acrylic, so make sure your brushes are in water right now while you're working. Then wash your brushes with dishwashing soap and water and clean them really good until there's no longer any color coming out of your brushes. And you can just wipe as much acrylic off of your palettes, because it's good not to put a whole lot of acrylic paint down your sink. It's a good habit to try to get as much of that paint off your palettes with your paper towel or a rag. Look, got enough off. I don't, you know, a little bit of acrylic down your sink, it's okay, but too much acrylic down your sink, it starts to coat your pipes. So just keep your pipes clean. So I hope you participate in this activity. Remember my favorite quote, to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. And even when it's cold outside, feel that vitamin D, feel that sunshine on your face. It's so healthy. It will help boost your immunity and keep you healthy as we're going through this winter, and it will keep moving forward. So if you enjoyed this, check out the website on Cancer Support Community's calendar and see what activities are planned for the next few months, both live, in person, and virtual, and recordings. So see you next time, Cancer Support Community. Bye.